Hey there, in this lecture we will learn about splash screen or the launcher screen of our app. So let's firstly take a look at some ordinary app that we have been building so far, how it looks when we launch it. So if I launch this app, for example, that animal app that we were building, notice when we open the app, notice this white screen that shows up firstly before we get our content. So we want to change that. We want to make our app looking cool. So this is how we do it. I have created empty project. I believe that you know how to create new project. We did it a lot in previous lectures. Now go and open manifest file. Here we see that activity that is being launched first is main activity. And theme of this main activity is actually this theme in here, which is specified in application tag. I told you that everything that is specified inside application tag, it is applied to every activity in our app. If we want to make something specific to our activity, we need to do that in here, for example, or in here. So we need to change basically theme of our activity. Theme contains information about that launching screen. And when we set appropriate launching screen for the theme that we want to include in main activity, our task will be done. So let's firstly go in a resource folder, open values and open styles. Here we want to create a new style that we will be using inside our main activity. Here we will declare new style and the name of it will be apptheme.launcher. And what this means is that we want to change launcher preferences of our app theme. So we will now close the tag, and in here we will put item that will say that we want firstly to make the window full screen, and we will here find that attribute and we will set it to true. Now we will firstly find the image that we want to show in when we launch the app. I prepared image on the desktop. It is the logo that I have created. So we want to show this logo when we launch the app like the Instagram does, for example. So we will firstly store that image in drawable folder. You can use whatever image you prefer. I will use this one. So what we now need to create is layer list. So in drawable we will create new resource file. We will call it launcher, or the better splash screen. We'll click on OK, and instead of selector we want to use layer list. So what is layer list? Basically, as the name says, we will put layers to form list of layers which will be representing our screen. So in here we will add items that will form a layer of our splash screen. So first one will be drawable, and in here we will put black color. After that we want to put the image which will be shown. For that purpose we will use bitmap. So bitmap will be inside item tags. For the source of the bitmap will be logo image. That's it for the splash screen. So we have basically layer list. First item in that list is the background, and after it we have the image. So next step is to go in styles and to apply this splash screen. So let's create new item. We need to set attribute which is called window background, and in here we will use splash screen that we have just created. Now we need to open manifest file, and in here we will specify the theme which we have created in here. So now when we run the app, let's see how it will look like. So you see that there is no white screen. We have splash screen that we have set up, and then we have hello world when we open it. But we need to fix two things. First thing is we don't want this image to be stretched like this, and we don't want to keep the background after main activity is opened. So we want white screen like on design. So first thing, we will fix this image, and in here we need to put gravity as center. Then we need to go in main activity, and in here, before we set content view, we will put set theme, and we will now refer to this style file, and we will put app theme that is the original one that is actually set up in here. So we only want to have this theme before our activity is launched. So let's run the app and see how it looks like now. So now you can see that it is looking awesome. If we run the app once again, so because it was already opened, we only have white screen. If we reopen it again, you see how cool it is looking. So now let's see what will happen if we change this color to white, for example. And let's now run the app. So now you see that it is not looking very well, and that's why I used the black color in here to make it looking perfect. So let's run the app once again to confirm that everything is okay. So that is how splash screen is built. And this is the only correct way of creating splash screen. You will see many tutorials out there, and 99% of them will show you wrong way of creating splash screen. So what they teach is that inside onCreate method, they are setting some kind of timers which will show the image that you want for some period of time, and after that they will remove it and you will see this white screen. But that is not correct way. Splash screen is not used just to show you something. Purpose of the splash screen is to be shown until our app gets loaded. And we mustn't keep our user waiting just because we want to show something for a certain period of time. That is bad user experience. We are just replacing that poor looking white screen with something that looks much more cooler and makes feel that our app is professional. So this way is only one that is correct when it comes to the launching or splash screens for your app. So I hope that you enjoyed in this lecture, and I see you in the next one.